Welcome back to Black Bear Forge and our countdown till Christmas. Today I thought we'd do a really simple project. We're going to make a little Christmas tree ornament. And to be as redundant as possible, we're going to make a Christmas tree shaped Christmas tree ornament. A Christmas tree shaped bottle opener was actually suggested by Cypherian, but we've already done another bottle opener. We might do that, we might not. It's hard to say, but that's where the Christmas tree shape idea comes from. Other people have suggested various Christmas tree ornaments, such as Frank Schwartz, Matt Miller, Joey Winkler, and Don Whalen. So thank you for your suggestions. We'll probably do other Christmas tree ornaments besides just this one, but today we're just going to make a little Christmas tree shaped Christmas tree ornament. And to do that, I am starting with a piece of 1/8 inch flat stock, 1.5 inch wide and 5 inches long. This is another one of those that this is just what I happen to find laying out there by the saw. Nothing special. I'm going to make it fit the materials I have on hand. You can make it this size, you can make it whatever size you want. Don't make it too heavy though, or your tree starts to lean over a little bit. I'm going to start this by creating the trunk of the tree. And this 1/8 inch material in this width does not like being forged on edge. So go slow, flatten it out a lot. And then get it hot again. You could certainly do this by hacksawing out the stem, but I think this will give it a little bit more character. And as you go in, it starts to behave better. So that's pretty much all I want. We'll see if I want a skinnier stem before we're done, but I'm going to go ahead and draw that out some. So again, that wants to roll over, so keep it flat. Although if it creates a little hollow in the back, it isn't really going to hurt anything. You just don't want to create a bunch of cold shuts. This does thicken it. It's also not very realistic. This is getting thinner as it goes out, and a real tree stump would get thicker at the bottom. I'm going to butcher in at the top just a little bit more. So we can get in there and we can kind of clean that stump up, make it taper up from the ground a little bit better. If you need to, you can peen the backside and widen it out some. But I'm pretty sure that I don't want my tree to be quite that squared off. So, in trying to draw this out into a point, it's really going to want to roll over. It'll be very difficult. So I'm going to cut this corner off. We'll just do that right here at the anvil with a chisel. Just decide how much you want to cut off. Sort of depends on the shape of your tree. I'm also going to lean the chisel this way so my cut is straighter. And that's really all we need to do there. Sort of looks like starting a knife blade, but it's mild steel. It'd be a terrible knife. Now we can push that over. Might need another pair of tongs to hold it for that operation. That's better. Still a little bit on the floppy side, but now it's just a matter of shaping the outside of the tree the way you envision the Christmas tree to look. I'm going to thin this out a little bit along the edges. But that doesn't look the least bit tree-like yet. I think we need to put some branches in it. To do that, we're going to put it in the vise. We're just going to cut up with a chisel. I'm going to actually go to a sharper, more delicate chisel here. See if I can get better definition of the branches. Don't cut into your vise. And I am going back to the anvil between sessions here at the vise to flatten this out because they kind of curl and wrinkle. And do the same thing to the other side. And this bows and twists and does weird things while you're cutting, and that helps create a more organic effect in the tree and makes it look more lifelike. So for my money, that's what I want. So I think that's all of that we need to do. And I think I want my tree a little wider at the bottom, so I'm going to decide which is the back and just peen it a little wider. And draw out these little points a little bit on the front. I should have thought about how to make a star on this, but that'd be a whole nother video, I think. I want to give it a little bit more impression that these are branches. Just kind of work them up to some chisel marks up to the center here. You don't have to do a whole lot of these, just enough to give the illusion. And then at this point you have to decide, is it just a tree or is it a decorated tree? I think you also have to decide if you're going to do anything with this down here, because that doesn't look as good as I'd like it to. I think I'm going to cut another branch in, right in here maybe. I think that looks a little bit more tree-like there. And as I was saying, is this just a tree or is it a Christmas tree? As a Christmas tree, I think we need to put some decorations on it. So I think first we'll start with some garland or some strings of light, which will just be represented by some diagonal stripes chiseled in regularly. And I'm just going to put our garland or our string of lights in this bigger, heavier chisel because it'll leave a heavier line. This does kind of blend in with the texturing we did, so I don't know if it's worth it or not. But I'm committed to it now, so we're going to do it. And sometimes things end up looking a lot better in the long run than they look in the short run. So that's a start. So hopefully you can see the effect of some strings of lights or some garland there. If we're going to call them lights, let's put some little light bulbs on them. To give the illusion of some little light bulbs, I'm just going to use a center punch. Just a few here. Actually, I think they look best right in the chisel cut than they do outside of it. Hopefully you can see that on camera. It's one of the problems with doing these videos by yourself. I have no idea what this looks like on camera until I get in front of the computer later tonight. By then it's too late to change it. So there's some lights. Now I'm going to put a few little ornaments, and I'm going to use eyeball punches for this. I want to make sure that this teardrop punch is not facing the shape that it would be for an eyeball, though. I wish I had a smaller eye punch. These are really kind of big ornaments, I think. But it sort of gets the idea across. And it may have been the thing that overdid it. Looked pretty good with just the lights on it. And I think the ornaments here may be just a bit much. But we're making this up as we go. I'm going to give it just a little bit of a bow in the back. You know, it's not going to be all rolled up like that. We'll flatten that part out, but I want to leave it domed in the other direction. Just give it some character. Makes it look a little bit fuller. I think some specialty punches just for looking like ornaments, really small eyeball punches, would have helped. There's our tree. Now, as it cools down into a black heat, then I'm going to give it a brass brushing just to give it some color. Even though Christmas trees aren't really gold unless you get one from some tacky department store, I suppose. So we'll put some wax on that, and that should make it look just a little bit better. Well, here's our little Christmas tree, but it needs some way to hang on the bigger Christmas tree. So as our bonus topic for the day, let's make a little hanging hook. Okay, this probably isn't much of a bonus. You could have figured this out for yourself. In fact, you may have already done it. But if you run out of those little hangers they sell for hanging all your Christmas ornaments, it's really easy to make them out of baling wire. We've been doing this for years. We never buy the little cheap ones anymore. Plus, they're a lot heavier. So that gives you a way to hang your ornament up with just a little bit of baling wire. Okay, not much of a bonus, I know. But anyway, there's a little Christmas ornament we made. You can certainly clean these up and spray paint them any color you want, and they might look a little bit better on the tree. Some of this black iron tends to disappear into the shadows on the tree. I hope you enjoyed this simple project on our countdown to Christmas. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. Stick around, watch a few of the other videos, share the videos with your friends, but then make time in your day to get out to your shop, make something, but stay safe, wear your safety glasses. We'll see you for the next one.